I want to talk about my watch today. Timex Expedition Indiglo. I got this. Sorry about the focus. It's not focusing for some reason. Um, I was thinking about my watch this morning, and I was thinking about all the watches that I've ever had. I've had a lot of Timexes. They're really inexpensive. I've had medium priced range watches, 70, $80, and I've had really expensive watches. I bought a watch, I think it was like 1983, 1982. I got a Bulova in 1983 that was about 200 bucks. It was a beautiful watch, but I prefer Timex. When I had that Bulova and when I had all the medium range priced watches, I didn't want to wear them because I was scared that I was going to get a scratch on it or bang it against something and it break. I prefer these. I prefer the really inexpensive Timex because they do exactly the same thing as the expensive ones. I don't want fancy watches. I don't want really expensive watches, but I want a watch that I can wear every day to work and not worry about getting a scratch on it or banging up against something and it breaking, which can be really expensive to fix a really expensive watch. This cost me 10, I got this like 10, around 10 years ago. It cost like $30 at Target. I've had many Timexes and they're my favorite watch by far. They are. I want something durable, inexpensive, simple, no fancy stuff. This is like the Swiss movement watch. It's not digital. It has the date and it actually has the Indiglo light. I think most Timexes has this. It's where if it's like dark at night, all you have to do is just press the button and you can see everything. It's really simple, really basic. It's indestructible. I've never ever had to set the time on this in 10 years. It's always kept perfect time. I've changed the battery in it once, I think after like 5 or 6 years. But I've had this for 10 years and I've wore this to work pretty much every day, banged it up, nothing happens to it. I've never cracked the glass on this. It has several scratches on it, but I don't care. I can see it. It works just as good as that $200 Bulova. This works just as good as the 70, 80, $90 watches I've had. The best watch I ever had, that Mickey Mouse watch I got in the mid 80s. It was indestructible and it kept perfect time just like this one. I love this. I understand why people get expensive watches because that Bulova that I had was a beautiful watch, but I never did wear it because I was afraid that I would ruin a $200 watch. I'm not scared about ruining this. It costs $30, and if I run over it with my car or something, I can go out and buy another one for 30 bucks. As a matter of fact, I looked online. They're still around $30. Target has them. As a matter of fact, I'll put a link in the description. Target has these for like $32. I love these watches. They're perfect. They're simple. They're not fancy, but they work just as good as the really expensive watches. As a matter of fact, I've never had to set the time on this in 10 years. I don't know if you can say that about a lot of other really expensive watches. But I understand why people get expensive watches, but it's just not me personally. I want something that I can wear to work every single day and not worry about it. So I went online a few minutes ago to get a little bit of information about Timex. Um, Timex was founded in 1854. That's a long time ago, 160 something years ago in Connecticut. So this is an American watch company, and they're still going strong. I'm going to put a link to this for $32 in the description if you're interested. See the little light? Indiglo. And I want to put the Timex history. Timex has a website that has their history on it. I never thought I would be interested in Timex history or any watch history. But I got to reading that when I wanted to find out when they were founded and where they were from. 1854 in Connecticut. That's where they were founded and started. But I started reading the articles, and it's actually really interesting. I want to put the link to that in the description. Check it out. Just read a little bit, and you'll probably just keep reading because they're really interesting how they got started and everything. Anyway, I love you guys, and I just wanted to talk about my watch today. See ya.